Yeah, baby, 107.5 WGCI, the Shy's #1 for hip-hop and R&B in the home of Big Jam 2. Woo. This Saturday night is going down at the Credit Union 1 Arena. Yo, Lil Baby and the Baby both in the building, man. Copy your tickets at WGCI.com, all right? Leon Rogers, Kendra G, myself, Kyle. Right about now, though, it's time for the home team in the building.
Yes, sir.
Hey, yo, Chicago, give it up. G Herbo in the building.
What's up, family?
You got called by his real name, Pretty Boy Herb in the building.
I know y'all know.
Right, exactly.
I like that. I got a stick though, cause she's so cute, Herb.
Thank you.
How you feeling, though, bro? We was talking off mic, man. Y'all just came off the game the other night.
Yeah.
Had an Inglewood prep.
Team Herbo won, of course, man.
How many shots did you make though?
I was a little rusty. I only had like 8, man. 6 or something like that.
I ain't going front, bro. I was there and I had my Instagram going, and you went up for a shot. I said, "Oh, he about to hit him." That thing came right off the backboard.
Too aggressive. Came right off.
No, but it was good to see you and Chance, man, take the basketball game to the neighborhood.
I actually didn't even think it was going to be like that. We brought so many people out.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
It was crazy.
How's it feel, man, kicking off All-Star Weekend right here in your hometown city, Chicago?
Oh, man, it feel good, man, to just, for Chicago to actually getting a lot of the spotlight and the recognition it deserves, man, because Chicago is, like, so big for the culture, so many different places, you know what I'm saying? So I'm happy that we actually able to, represent ourselves in front of the world. So.
Yeah, that's big.
I love it. I love it.
Yo, man, so I'm gonna keep it real. How do you feel about the Celebrity All-Star Game snub? Because you should be playing right now.
Oh, yeah, man, I ain't tripping. All they really finna do is just give me more time and condition so I can go 40, man.
I'm like, why my man ain't there playing hooping, you know what I'm saying? Had a great year and doing everything, and they snubbed my man, but it's all good.
Yeah, man, they supposed to have me or Dirk, somebody supposed to be playing.
Right,
yeah.
Facts. You guys been putting on for the city so much, man, for such a long time. You definitely need to be a part of everything that's going on All-Star Weekend.
Definitely,
you feel me?
Definitely. Anybody got any suggestions, just call me up, man. I'm with anything, whatever.
Okay, what's the number? Get a number out.
Oh, man, the number, I get, what number can I give out?
Wait, don't give out no number.
I got a number I can get a
Don't
city,
give
man.
out
No.
That's when you're supposed to play a joke on your homie. You get his number out. Everybody start blowing this
man called him 2, 3 in the morning.
Yo, so you got a new project coming out, man. Let's talk about it, man. PTSD is on the way?
Yeah, PTSD, man. 2/28. I'm excited, man. I'm super excited. It's a special project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw you talking a little bit about some of the things that you went through backstage at Big Jam.
Yeah.
And you had a moment where you really got real about dealing with the things that you may have seen growing up and how it affects people as they get older. They don't realize it. It affects how you move, how you live.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? Your thoughts and your feelings. And tell me a little bit about those things and how that plays out into you making this album.
I mean, pretty much just my music always been like a reflection of my lifestyle and how I thought anyway, you know what I'm saying? Just from me being that 16, 17-year-old kid to the 24-year-old man that I am now, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't really like, just growing up, you could contest even from the outside looking in, probably on my situation, like a lot of times we get immune to what we up against here in Chicago, a lot of death and, you know what I'm saying, just the reality of a situation where, you might have to fend for your life one day or wind up going to jail for something crazy, you know what I'm saying? And we so used to it, it's a real mental health. It's like a disease in a way, you know what I'm saying, where you said it affect our day-to-day life where we don't even want to go to certain places, certain areas, certain stores where you feel like you got to have a gun or you got to have somebody to protect you to go somewhere, you know what I'm saying? And that's because we've been with all, facing all these different endeavors, you know what I'm saying, throughout our lifestyle that's just so normal to us.
Yeah, no question. You had a question?
I want to just add on to that because I think when you don't get therapy, you're just living life, and then that's the repercussion of people not getting help. Yeah. Because it's not normal to have a best friend that dies. Yeah. It's not normal to see your best friend or your family member get shot and then just go on with life the next day. And because of that, I'm happy you're talking about that because that's why our city has these conditions going on. It's a serious situation. We really got to get help for these individuals and not just sweep over it like it was nothing.
No, for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's take a quick break. I know we got more to talk about. G Herbo is definitely in the building. Chicago, it's All-Star Weekend. You ain't going nowhere, right?
No, I ain't going nowhere.
All right, that's what's up. All right, right now we got to get y'all ready for Big Jam 2, man. Let's jump into this little baby with Whoa. It's 107.5 WGCI. WGCI, the Shy's #1 for hip-hop and R&B. That's Lil Baby right there with Whoa. Make sure you're in the building Saturday night, the Credit Union 1 Arena. Lil Baby and the Baby from Big Jam. 2 is going to be on the poppin', all right? Leon Rogers, Kendra G, myself, the shortest day man, Kyle. We in the building. G Herbo is hanging out with us.
Sir.
You know what I mean? We having some real talk, man.
Yo, man, I want to talk about the Chicago music scene and how you are viewed, because at the end of the day, it's sad and tragic that you consider the OG.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's you 24 and the shorties consider you a OG. With that being said, and the way Chicago music is going is so culturally diverse, you got a Chance the Rapper, you got yourself, you got a Lupe, you know what I'm saying? Where do you think Chicago can go musically? And I still just don't think Chicago is that city when you, like Atlanta and all that. How can we get to that level?
I think first thing we got to do is unite. You know what I'm saying? We got to unite and really just get out here in front of a lot of these problems, you know, because it start with the youth for sure. Because, you know, if you look at myself, like, I always feel like it's somebody that's still in the hood right now, a diamond in the rough, that probably got more potential than me, you know. So we got to be those resources to just get in front of these problems and let these kids know, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the stuff that you encounter on a day-to-day that probably don't got nothing to do with music, that you probably can't even focus on music, well, you know, we facing these mental health issues, like people who go outside and you don't really, like, I go outside, I used to go outside and feel like I could die or go to jail every single day. A lot of these kids don't go outside with that mentality, you know what I'm saying? So we got to be the people who they look up to with influence to get them resources to want to do better for themselves. We got to unite as a city. I think that's what the other cities do that we don't.
Right. So, I'm gonna say it wrong. PTSD coming out. I'm dyslexic, so I be messing up letters sometimes. But I'm looking at it and it says Juice WRLD is on this album, and you know, last year, devastating loss to Chicago. It's our first time with you being in the studio and our first time having the conversation. But where were you when you got the news about Juice WRLD's passing?
Where was I, man? I think I was in L.A., if I'm not mistaken. I think I was in L.A. Yeah, I was in L.A., man. My girl was all the way in the back, and she called me. I don't even know how she had knew before me, you know what I'm saying? I was in disbelief when she called me. I kind of like got mad at her a little bit. Like, why would you call and tell me that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It was just, I ain't really even want to hear the news, at least not early before everybody else knew. I'd rather not found out how I found out.
Right. Yeah. How has that changed you? Because, you know, I think what made Juice WRLD so devastating is he made it out, in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we always hear about the killings that happen in Chicago, but this is a person that, you know, was a rapper, you know, successful, just growing in his career, and then life ended at 21. And, you know, now the conversation about substance abuse and really being addicted at a young age. Like, what kind of emotions, where do we go from here?
I mean, that you gotta address. I'm always been the kind of guy where I try to look for any kind of light in a situation, but you gotta really address what's going on in the reality, because that's a form of PTSD too. You know what I'm saying? I suffer from substance abuse. I went to rehab and I went to go get like detox 2 different times. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Flew out to Phoenix and was there for 7 days. 2 different times I had to do this, you know what I'm saying?
And this all before you 24?
This all before I'm 24.
That's crazy.
Right. And, you know, so substance abuse is real. I lost homies at 15, 16 years old, you know what I'm saying? And not even that, just imagine all the stuff that he accomplished, the heights he reached at 20, 19, 21 years old. So he trying to really fit and be perfect in an imperfect world, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times where you just said it, like, you don't know what a person may go through. You may see somebody get killed, and then they want you to go to school, ace a test the next day, or they want you to get up and perform in front of 30, 40,000 people. You know what I'm saying? You never really know what a person may be going through, you know what I'm saying, until you really, like, got to look at it from the outside, and then you want to try to walk in that person's shoes. Why don't you walk in his shoes while he here and try to, you know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this really quick, because you brought it up as far as, you know, you going through your trials and tribulations with substance abuse. How can we curb that, right? Because we hear a lot of people in the music talking about popping pills and all of that, and it gets to the point sometimes I'm like, man, this is too much. Yeah. Like, how can we get, you know what I mean, the younger cats coming up to maybe moving in a different direction and not get so involved with that?
You gotta have people who really not afraid to get out in front of it. You know what I'm saying? People who not afraid to speak about their vulnerabilities. You know what I'm saying? Because if I could go and take the time to, it's embarrassing, like, to certain people when you say, I went to rehab, I went to detox. You know what I'm saying? They look at you like a junkie. You know what I'm saying? But it's like,
even before it gets to that point, though, like, to make them, like, you know, not even want to go that route.
Yeah, because you gotta really know, like, that life gonna be hard regardless, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta really like embrace your flaws to make it better, you know, because you'll pop these pills and get high and wake up, and then your problems in reality hit you the same way, probably even harder than it did before, you know what I'm saying, before you started doing that. So if you could prevent it or got somebody to talk to, like therapy, for example, you know, Kendra was just saying about therapy, that's real important. You know, people probably look like, oh, why would I tell my problems to somebody who don't know me, know anything about me? But you should, so they can look at your problems from a perspective of not having anything to do with it. And then they can see what they could do to help you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I 100%, man. The coping mechanisms we African Americans have in our communities are not the same.
Yeah.
We don't have the same resources. I go see a therapist. Like, you know what I'm saying? People might think, oh, you on the radio? Nah, man, I talk to somebody. Because, like, especially guys,
right.
We don't talk to each other. Women, she got a girlfriend now.
I got a girlfriend and I got a psychic who's a therapist.
But guys, it's kind of like, you kind of don't want to say nothing to your guy because you don't want your guy looking at you like you crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I want to get to you as a person, like seeing the first album, Humble Beast. You know, you're doing your thing. Now to see you evolve into, you're talking about social stuff, but still being G Herbo.
true to myself.
How did you delegate that balance?
Cause I feel like, you know, y'all, like you said, y'all could say y'all really saw me on this journey. You saw me like grow from the 17, 18-year-old kid to who I am now. So it's like, I thought I had it figured out already. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of life really started hitting me. Reality started hitting me probably like these past 2 or 3 years. And just in my most vulnerable states, I always been the one that's gonna be able to talk about it and try to spread light on my situation and help somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Not only just from my mental health situation and my anxiety from being in the streets half of my life, but to just adjusting to fame and being a father and everything, you know what I'm saying? I feel like just me being able to get in front of all my problems, all my flaws, just as well I'll be able to get in front of somebody congratulating me. I feel like that made me more so who I am right now at the moment.
No doubt.
G Herbo's in the building, Chicago. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to talk to you some more, man. We got to get into a new single you got coming out, too, man.
For
So,
sure.
yeah, don't go nowhere, man. G Herbo's definitely in the building. Right now, we got to give you a shot at this $1,000 with this keyword to Texas, GCI. Y'all know what it is, man. Leon Rogers, Kendrick G, myself, Kyle G Herbo, still hanging out with us in the studio. Before we go any further, I got one question for you really quick. Is YouTube still paying your whole rent?
Yeah, YouTube definitely.
Can I say something, little bro? For the longest, when I really sat down and listened to you, at first I said, man, you got YouTube out here paying hoes, man. But you said,
YouTube pay my hoes rent?
YouTube pay my hoes, man. I'm like, what?
I never know which one it was. I took it both ways.
I said, YouTube is paying hoes rent.
Oh, my
Let me give me a channel.
Shout out to YouTube.
Yo, man, but we got an important discussion right now because it's All-Star Weekend in Chicago, but we also cannot forget it's Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
And Herbo, we know you have a beautiful girlfriend who I've met plenty of times who I adore. She's the sweetest thing. So, okay, how you working it out? All-Star Weekend, Tiana, what you got planned?
Oh man, I to be honest, man, I've been all over the place. So she really, you know, she been thinking like, man, oh, you don't even care about Valentine's Day and all that. So I still gotta be able to find a way where I can work and then balance it out. You know, I still got some plans for it though. I definitely wanted to enjoy Valentine's.
Oh, you gonna do something today on the day?
Oh yeah, I got to.
make it
I
next
got
weekend,
to.
bro.
No, they trying to cancel.
Next weekend
I
is
gotta
open.
do something, man. But I'm always I work so hard, so it's like literally all my time valuable. So if I got an hour, 2 hours, 10 hours, it's all the same valuable
5
time.
minutes.
Where I'm gonna give it to the person. You know what I'm saying? Where that, you know. So
Let me ask you this
I told my
because
wife that.
no, we're not listening to them. On a serious note,
Valentine's Day. Vitamin D.
how is doing this relationship in front of the world? Because, you know, we've been going on the journey with you and Tiana, and in the beginning, some people weren't the most positive. How is it social media commenting about who you're dating, who they want you to be with? How do you deal with that?
I think really, you know, with dealing with Taina, she cool. So it's like she don't really like, she not here for what the outside world think, you know what I'm saying, the internet opinions, and me either. So it's like we both do good with that. But I think just with having your relationship in the forefront, you got to be perfect in your relationship and for the world. I said that already. You got to kind of like behave for two different people, and the bigger majority of the crowd of people who really don't care about you for real, they just outside looking in. So I just focus on, you know, making sure my significant other happy in the world. Y'all could to feel
Yeah.
however y'all want to feel.
We know what you wanted to say.
I have to wait, real quick. I just have to ask this for people in Chicago. Are you and Ari in a good space right now, the mother to
Yeah,
child?
of course. I talk to her all the time. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? We having a great co-parenting relationship right now.
Yes, and the baby's so cute. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what I want to know, man. You and your son, man. How has that changed you overall?
Man, it's crazy because like everything, every little move, I got to think about my son. All right, am I making time to go get my son? You know what I'm saying? Or am I doing something my son gonna be able to be proud of one day? Or am I doing something that I'm gonna be able to leave to my
Legacy.
son one day? You know,
Yeah.
so like I think about all of that every day, man. You know, and I'm the father. I grew up in a 2-parent household, so it's like I'm able to learn from everything that my dad did right and wrong to try to, you know what I'm saying, father my son a certain way.
Now you see
I saw-
that he say he from a 2-parent household.
Right.
I mean, he was out here wild.
Doing the
Like,
shots.
I'm telling you, like, so it don't matter.
Wow,
One
it don't
parent or
matter,
2
you
parent.
got
But that's a
Don't
good
matter.
point because I was about to ask you. I read a quote recently or saw a video. I'm not sure exactly where I saw it, but what they said burns into my mind. And the person said, if you was a street cat and you grow up and your son still ends up being a street cat,
You
then
failed.
you failed as a father.
Absolutely.
So how do you address that coming from where you come from, knowing you're going to raise up a young one, and how do you try to make sure that those things don't happen with him?
I feel like the first thing, man, these kids so smart, you can't lie to them. You can't lie to them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta make sure that, and you can't judge nobody. I don't judge nobody by what they doing, but you gotta make sure whatever you doing, you thinking about your child in the midst of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta, like you said, I was just saying earlier, I gotta leave something for my son behind. So you gotta leave a legacy, whether it's just you telling your son right from wrong, where he know that the streets ain't about nothing but death or jail. You know what I'm saying? So he should want better for himself early. You gotta instill that in him. By the time he 10 years old, he don't
Right.
want nothing to do with that.
Right, no question. That's what's up. Hey, yo, it's
Focus.
been a pleasure having you
It
here,
has
bro.
been.
You know what I mean? I'm glad you were able to sit down with us this
For sure,
morning. We
man.
want you to
Thanks,
enjoy
thanks,
yourself
man.
this
Yes.
All-Star weekend.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything that you're a part of this weekend you want to let people know about?
Yeah, man. Me and Polo G, we doing something. He doing like a charity event. You know what I'm saying? So that's Sunday. That's gonna be big, man. I got something going on later on at the club. I'm doing a video shoot, man. We're gonna pop out to the club, man.
Alright.
We're gonna pop out this weekend. So
Pretty
I'm
boy
excited.
her.
Excited, man.
Will
We having fun all weekend.
Oh, I'm just glad you cleared up the whole
YouTube pay my
thing,
hoes
'cause I'm going around like YouTube pay in hoes, man. Damn.
How you get your? You gotta teach us how to make money off of YouTube.
I'm
We don't
just stacking the YouTube checks now, man.
just make videos and they watch them and they pay you. That's how it works.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you monetize your content,
Yep.
you know?
Okay.
So that's what it's about. Just
So we gotta make
monetizing
money
your
off of
content.
this interview on for YouTube.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm gonna teach y'all how to get some money.
All right, G Herbo in the building, Chicago. We appreciate your time, bro.
Yes.
Let's wrap this up right now, man. Why don't you go and introduce your brand new song, yo?
Oh man, my new single just dropped, and this
Yeah.
go get it right now, man. It's super hot as fire, but it's definitely for Chicago. It was Chicago inspired, man. So I need my whole city to go eat this up.
And 30 City Tour starts February 28th.
February
Go to gherb.com to get your tickets.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Let's do it. G Herbo in this beach, GCI.